It is almost the end of the school year, but if you're already feeling burned out, our next guest is here to help. Here with tips on how to finish the school year strong and help your kids do the same, we welcome back the author of Doing It All, pediatrician Dr. Whitney Casares. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. So here we are, mom to mom. We're all in the same boat. Remember
Yes.
that enthusiasm? We packed cute lunches. We laid out clothes the night before. And now we're like just trying to skate to the end. Why do we all feel this way?
Because it has been a long haul. Remember, too, this has been a long year. We had the teacher strike. Yes. We've had snow stuff. I mean, it seems to be going on and on and on. So yes. Take heart if you are feeling like, whoa, I can't wait to get to the finish line. You're in good company.
Well, I was reflecting on this myself, and I always think somehow it's going to slow down. Yeah. And then I think spring, it's baseball tournaments and first communions and jogathon pledges. And it's like, it doesn't really slow down. So it makes sense that we're feeling the burnout.
Yeah, it actually speeds up because you have all of the end of the year celebrations. The field trips tend to be a little bit more at the end of the year. Yes. You have to buy the teacher gifts, like all the things tend to pile on.
Yes, and I hate to say it, but it all kind of falls down on moms a lot of the time.
Yes.
It's just the reality.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do we do? Give us some advice.
So I think the number one thing to do is to build some awareness about your own tolerance for the stress that comes at the end of the year. When you're feeling stressed, it's time to kind of declutter your agenda a little bit. Tell your kids, okay, pick one or two celebrations that you want to go to. When you get those pulls on your time or your attention to be chaperoning, pick just one or pick none. If you were a working parent and you have a full-time job, it's not your responsibility to be at those chaperoning activities.
Well, and sometimes I need to remember too, at the beginning of the year when I sign up for things throughout the school year, you have all that enthusiasm and all that joy at the beginning, and then it comes to the things you signed up back for in the fall, and you're like, oh wow. I didn't think that through.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That happens to me. I also, even when I'm chaperoning, like tomorrow I'm actually chaperoning a field trip, and there was an opportunity for me to drive my own car, be with the kids there, and then drive myself back. So I chose that one so I could have a little bit more me time, listen to some albums that I like on the way there.
Yes. Exactly. Okay, and you also say to pick and choose the end of the year celebrations because a lot of it comes all at the same time. Why is that so important?
It's important because it's exhausting for your kids and it's exhausting for you. I know as a pediatrician that it's so normal for kids to get excited about all the things that are happening for them, but then to really have a fallout emotionally on the other end of it. So I want you to be preventative in terms of your own mental health and also your kids' mental health. So that's why it matters.
Yes, and you also recommend to kind of remind yourself of some of those things you did at the beginning of the year that helped you out, like dealing with the backpack as soon as it comes in the door every day, signing the planner. Why is that important?
I am notorious for letting my kids' backpacks just like sit and fill up with all the papers, but at the end of the year when you're already feeling frazzled, this is a time to get back into routine for yourself and for your kids in order to make it through the end. So what you want to do is check your kids' folder every single day. If there's something to sign, do it right then, turn it in right then, put it on your calendar right then, because even if you aren't still having to do the task later, it's sitting in your mind if you haven't completed it all the way to the end. So that's going to reduce stress for sure.
Yes, and not only are we kind of at the end of our rope, the kids are too, and that can lead to some, back to back. I know the teachers are burned out. Everyone's kind of not at their best. So how do we help our kids knowing that they're going to have some meltdowns?
Yes. Expect the meltdowns. You are a safe place for your children, and so that's why it happens at your home. They are keeping it together every single day at school these days. Remember, they have all their little relationships that are sometimes kind of fraught, especially for my kids, like second, third grade for my youngest. And so when they come home, they need a chance to rest and to relax. You can help your kids also by making sure that they get plenty of rest. It's tempting as the light stays lighter longer to let them stay up later, but give them plenty of rest. Make sure they're eating foods that are going to be healthy and giving them fuel. If they're going to go to a party or celebration where it's going to be all kinds of sweet treats, make sure they have something with some protein and healthy fat and healthy carbohydrates before they go and that they're hydrated. Really just pay attention to your child. Does my child need a chance to opt out? to rest, or to have a little space from me, and do I need some space from them? That's okay.
Yeah. And should we be having conversations like this? I mean, it's weird to kind of make yourself vulnerable to your child, but in some ways, is it better to just be honest and say, I'm not at my best right now, help me?
My secret tip of all the tips for my kids is that I try to have honest conversations with them about the why. If I'm the one feeling stressed, I try to have an honest conversation. I don't have to go into all the details if it's about like another adult or something, but to say, hey, I'm having kind of a hard day. I'm at my edge. This is what I need for us to be successful today. And it's also fine to do that with your children about, hey, you need an extra hour of sleep tonight. I know you don't realize it, but we need to go to bed a little early. No, we're not going to say yes to that play date because I want you to be really happy and healthy for the field trip tomorrow. So those are great conversations to have with your kids, and it goes a long way.
And even in my own life, I had a little snap yesterday, and I remembered to apologize, and I think that's so important. Is the apology can go a long way. If you do lose it, we're all human.
Repair, repair, repair. Our children learn healthy relationship conflict resolution when we model it for them. So if you model that, if you have a partner, with your partner, if you model it with your kids, and even if you model it just for yourself, if you say, I lost it, I didn't mean to act that way, I'm so sorry, let's try again. That is a favorite phrase in my house.
Yes. A few weeks left. We got this.
Woo!
We got this. We can do it. We'll make it through. Thank you,
love
Whitney, for all your tips. Her book, again, is Doing It All, and we will have more information on our website at katu.com. And we'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.